Pisces, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Pisces love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Pisces tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with the Pisces love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at how your romantic person of interest really feels about you moving through October 2022, what they're thinking about you. Then we're going to take a look at what their intentions are toward you, and we're going to finish up by looking at what their most likely actions are going to be toward you. You know how people are, what we intend to do, what we actually follow through with and end up doing sometimes don't match up very well. So we're going to take a look at both as it relates to your person. Then I'm going to get you some advice from the universe on how you should best navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with this person here in October 2022. That way you know exactly what to do so that you can move forward in the way that's best for you. So let's get started and get 3 cards for how does Pisces romantic person of interest really feel about Pisces moving through October 2022, please. Okay. Ouchie, ouchie. On the bottom of the deck, this is going to be energy that is underlying this person's feelings as they relate to you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Pages are messengers, so this would be news and messages and communications about some physical, practical, tangible opportunity, something physical. A lot of times for me, this card represents planning for the future. So underlying their feelings for you and about you, we have something going on with them planning for the future. We got the 6 of Cups right under that. This is Scorpio energy of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. This card can represent a deep emotional connection that they feel for you. This can even represent someone from the past making a comeback. We are in Mercury retrograde right now. The last time I checked, we had 5 planets in retrograde. Retrogrades are like going backwards, so it's about stuff from the past coming back up. I've had this card in just about every reading I've done since I've come back from being sick. But underlying your person's feelings about you, we have them planning for the future and doing a lot of thinking about the past, possibly trying to plan for a future with you if you're a person from their past. I think that's it. I got the Ace of Wands next. This is a new opportunity, a passionate opportunity, a new beginning in passion and desire. This could be sparking the connection back up with you, refiring up all the passion, all the desire, refiring up this connection with you. That's what it looks like is underlying their feelings as it relates to you, Pisces. In their actual feelings that came out, we have Judgment, we have the 5 of Swords, and we have the 3 of Swords. I'm looking at feelings. In tarot, feelings are supposed to be represented by cups, not swords. Swords represent the thoughts, and in your person's feelings, I have 0 cups. I have a Major Arcana card and 2 swords cards. So they're not really accessing their feelings as much as they're doing some thinking about feelings, it would appear, as it relates to you. This Judgment card is a final decision. This is about passing a final verdict and judgment on something. In a love reading like this card is usually a decision about the connection. Are we going to call this dead and over with? Or can we resurrect this? Can we bring it back to life? Can we bring it back from the grave and transform it in a way that it's never going to be the same as it was again? Some big decision here in their feelings about the connection with you. Central to their feelings about you, Pisces, we have the 5 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. Again, not emotions, but mentally and psychologically painful. This can be, 5s are conflict, so this can be a conflict in their thinking about you. This could be a conflict that happened between you in communications, as in like a big fight that took place, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut. This can be an energy of someone who has a winning at all cost mentality. In other words, I'm going to get what I want, Pisces. And if you happen to get hurt in the process, well, tough shit for you, because I'm taking care of me. I come first and I'm going to get what I want no matter what. It can be someone with that type of a mentality. This can also be a betrayal of some kind. But no matter what, this is some mentally and psychologically painful situation or event, and it's central to their feelings for you. I don't know if this is saying that you passed a judgment on them and possibly there was a big fight between the two of you and the connection came to an end. They're supposed to be feeling here, not thinking, and there's way too many swords. The final card in your person's feelings is the Three of Swords. This is Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. Now, that third energy does not always have to be a person. It can be a thing. It can be a lot of different stuff. It could be a romantic third party, but it's not always. Sometimes this can be nosy friends, nosy family members, nosy neighbors, nosy coworkers, anybody that's not you, Pisces, that's not your person, someone outside of you two sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, causing some sort of a heartbreaking situation. Anything that we humans do enough of will start to create its own energy. Like my business has created an energy that affects my life. It affects the people the closest to me. It affects my son. It affects my fiance. It affects my daughter. So work can be that third energy that caused a heartbreaking situation. Gambling, like an addiction of some kind, like spending too much time partying or playing video games. Anything we do too much of will pick up its own energy, and that can cause a heartbreaking thing. If you're going to ask the question, well, could that third energy be blank, and fill in the blank? If you're asking the question, yes, that could be the third energy. This could be a romantic third party that happened with your person here, and there was a judgment passed on them because they were trying to get what they want and it didn't matter what happened. They brought a third party in and it caused heartbreak and sadness. They betrayed you. It could be that, and instead of accessing their feelings, they're thinking about what happened and the judgment that got passed, and they're trying to plan for a future of someone from the past, assuming that's you coming back and re-sparking the connection there. Now, again, this does not necessarily mean they had a third party. It is a possibility. That could be any number of things. But something led to, it looks like a big fight, a painful situation, judgment was passed, and there's heartbreak and sadness in terms of their feelings for you. What are this person's thoughts about Pisces? What is this person thinking about Pisces through October 2022, please? Okay, we're taking an extra one. Oh, come back here. Awesome. On the bottom of the deck, underlying this person's thinking about you, Pisces, Seven of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is usually not such a great energy. This, most of the time, is lying, cheating, deceptive behavior, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they should not have been trying to get away with. I'm feeling a lot now like whatever this painful situation is, whatever this third energy is that caused a heartbreaking thing that led to a judgment where you probably called this connection dead and over with, and they're feeling like maybe we could resurrect it here. It looks like it was some sneaking around going on behind your back. Not a pleasant situation here. Now, that's not the only meaning of this card. So I'm going to give you the other two meanings just in case it resonates that way for you. This can also be an energy of self-preservation. In other words, this person not wanting to be hurt. You can see the guy is carrying away 5 swords. The 5 swords are these 5 swords that we see here. A mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. He's carrying away these 5 swords. He's stealing the swords because he doesn't want those swords used against him. He doesn't want to be hurt by those 5 swords. So this can be self-preservation, not wanting to get hurt. It can also be an energy of leaving something behind. He can only carry 5 swords and he's got to leave these other 2 swords behind. So it can be an energy of that. I don't really feel that's what the case is, But take this how it resonates for you. This is a general collective reading. I'm tapping into collective Pisces energy of a large group of Pisces people I get messages for, not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person, which is why I give you all the different meanings. Yeah, well, right under that Seven of Swords, we have the High Priestess. So underlying this person's thoughts about you, there's this deceptive behavior is what it looks like. Sneaking around behind your back. They probably did have a third party. The High Priestess is she who knows. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she literally has access to all the information that you and I as humans, we don't have access to. She sees everything. She knows everything. She doesn't always tell us everything, though. Sometimes there's stuff that we're just not meant to know as humans. Sometimes there's stuff that we don't need to know until it's time for us to know. At which point she clues us in through our intuition, through gut feelings, through signs, synchronicities, dreams with messages in them. She represents the unconscious mind. She represents the intuition. She represents the connection to spirit or source and the ability to access that type of information. She who knows. So this tells me that you saw what was going on. You may not have had actual physical proof of it. You may not have had this person on video doing what they were doing, but you had intuitive hits. You had gut feelings that something is off here. There's something fishy going on. Yeah, Six of Wands, Leo energy of recognition. This is sometimes your person being recognized for something. It could even be you coming to some sort of a recognition about what was going on here, about this sneaky deceptive behavior, but something was recognized here. In your person's actual thoughts about you, Pisces, we got an extra card. We got the Sun, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers. The Sun is the Leo Major Arcana card. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, it's joy, it's abundance, it's bliss, harmony. Really hard to get a better card than this. So this could be telling me that even though there was a judgment passed here, your person still thinks about you in terms of being a source of happiness for them. Thinking about you in terms of like you being the sunshine that lights up their life. Now, another meaning to the sword is when there's, or the sun, when there's sneaky deceptive behavior like this going on, and it's not all the way out in the open, and it's not actually physically seen, you're just getting intuitive hits about it, something being hidden in the dark, the sun can represent illumination. In other words, the light being shined into the darkness, lighting it up so you can see it, exposing something for what it really is. That's laying directly below judgment. So feeling like two messages here, like even though you passed a judgment on them, they still think about you in terms of happiness and being a source of happiness. The sun also has it's got a lot of gravity to it. All the planets in our solar system rotate around the sun. They're in orbit of the sun. So this could mean that they think of you in that sense, where you have all this enormous gravity and they just feel like they can't escape from that gravity. But this could also be that there was a judgment passed against them because of the sneaky deceptive behavior getting exposed and illuminated. Next in there thinking about you, Pisces, we have the Three of Wands. This is Aries energy of waiting. This is about being at the beginning stages of manifesting something, like having already chosen the path of what leads them to the world that they want, and having already started down that path, taking actions down the path, and fully believing that the thing that they want is going to come from this path, from the actions that they're taking. It just hasn't happened yet, and they're still waiting on it to actually manifest and appear in the physical 3D reality. So this is an energy of waiting on something and having this positive expectancy that the thing they really want is actually going to happen. It can also represent your person thinking about you and thinking, okay, maybe I should wait for right now because I did some stuff that's not really good, causing some painful situation here with Pisces. I probably betrayed Pisces. Maybe I should just hold my horses and wait on trying to get this judgment that I'm after, trying to get the happiness that I want. Next, we have the Nine of Swords. This is Gemini energy of fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about something over and over and over again with so much fear and worry and anxiety behind their thinking that it's physically starting to stress them out. You can see the person has their face buried in their hands, covering their eyes. They think the situation that they're in is so bad that they're afraid to face it. They're afraid to look at it for what it is. This is a card of like mental anguish, sleepless nights, having trouble concentrating, having nightmares, things like that. Like thinking about something with all that fear, worry, and anxiety to where it's physically starting to affect them. It's physically stressing them out. Directly above that, excuse me, is that Three of Swords, that heartbreak and sadness from the third energy. I think they've got that in their head, and I think they're waiting to do something here with you because they're so worried that they've caused you so much of a painful situation and so much heartbreak that you not only pass judgment on them, they're probably worried that that judgment is a final judgment and it's dead and over with. Final card in their thinking about you, Pisces, the Lovers. This is Gemini's major arcana card. This is divine feminine, divine masculine on the same card. This is a powerful love connection, at least in terms of how your person thinks about it. This can be like the one for them. They think that you are the one for them. They think that you are supposed to be together, at least how they think about it. A long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it was just called Love. And before that even, it was called the Choice. So a lot of times this card can represent them thinking about a choice in a powerful love connection. The very first card in their energy is a final decision, choice. They're the same thing. So this is a decision about this love connection. That's what they're worried about. That's what they're spending all their time thinking about. This card so far has nothing above it. The next closest card to it is that third energy causing heartbreak and sadness. This card can even represent a choice between more than one lover. Whew. Ouch. Let's take a look at this person's intentions toward you here in October 2022, Pisces. What are this person's intentions toward Pisces through October 2022? Let's get one more, please. What are this person's intentions toward Pisces? Let's get one more on their intentions. Thank you. Underlying their intentions toward you on the bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest moving energy in the tarot deck. It's like rapid forward movement on something, rapid forward progress on something that there's passion and desire for, rapid back and forth, passionate communication. This can also signify travel, but this can also signify an overwhelming amount of energy coming at your person all at one time, like trying to take a drink of water out of a fire hose. It's too much to handle. It's too much to process. It's just too much, and they're overwhelmed with that amount of energy. Okay. I think the thing that they're overwhelmed by is the next few cards here. This Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. I do see a third energy, a possible choice between lovers. It's possible that this represents someone else that's not you, Pisces. You should be showing up as like the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups. A cup card, not a pentacle card. But it is possible that you show up this way too, because this is the centerpiece of the home and the family life. This would represent like the wife figure, the mother figure, the girlfriend that I live with figure, or the person I'm trying to build my life around type of a figure here. It's got a lot to do with stability in the home and the family. Man. They're overwhelmed with that concept, and then this concept of the King of Swords. This is either Gemini or Aquarius energy. This is a decision-making energy, but it's someone who is emotionally detached when they make their decisions. The King of Swords is a very smart and analytical, logical, conscious mind type of a person. He's a thinker, not a feeler. This is head over heart decision-making here. This is someone who is completely detached from their emotions when they make decisions, can feel like cold and calculated. This is someone who's looking at the truth and the facts of the matter and what's right in front of them and trying to make a decision based on the truth and the facts and not the feelings here. Your person is overwhelmed with either some other person that got in the way here, or intending to build their life around you, but then common sense telling them, dude, you kind of screwed the pooch here. You got judgment passed on you from probably third party, probably getting caught in that betrayal, some bad mojo here. And common sense and logic is dictating to them that, oh, this is probably not good for me. Hence all that fear, worry, anxiety, and being stressed out about this connection and about the choice in the connection. Yeah, I've got the World right behind that. This is the final card in the major arcana. It represents completions. It's the ending of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. This looks like your person underlying their intentions. They're overwhelmed about you and what they did to you, and being cold and calculated the way they acted here. And logic and common sense is telling them, dude, this is probably over, and we're probably going to have to start a new cycle somewhere different. Yeah. High Priestess, she who knows. Because Pisces has got me figured out. She can see me for who I am, and I can't slide my bullshit past Pisces, because even when she has no proof, even when she has no way of knowing, she can feel what I'm up to. I get recognized. This is underlying all of their intentions toward you, Pisces. In their actual intentions for you through October 2022, we have the Six of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Six of Cups, we've already seen this. It's that Scorpio energy. The past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days, the way things used to be between the two of you. They're still thinking about that, but this can represent the person from the past coming back. So they're intending to make a comeback with you. They're intending to try to get you back. Next, we have the Five of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy of abandonment. This is about being abandoned, being cast aside, being left out in the cold. This is a breakup card. This is also a card that when a person is feeling this kind of energy, they can feel as if they're not good enough. Directly above that Five of Pentacles is that Three of Wands, waiting on something. There's been a breakup here. I think they're intending to get you back after a breakup, but they're waiting on something. Either the waiting is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event for them, or they're waiting because they did this mentally and psychologically painful thing. They caused a big fight. They did a betrayal. And that's what got judgment passed on them. And that's what led to them getting abandoned, kicked out. Now, this Queen of Pentacles is one half of the equation that builds the Ten of Pentacles. That maximum stability and abundance we all want. That's like most people's goal in the physical 3D reality. The Ten of Pentacles is also like the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources, combining together into one, combining lives together. I've got the Queen of Pentacles here, but what I don't have is the other half of the equation, the King of Pentacles. They work together as equals. Your person's not showing up as the King of Pentacles. He's showing up as this cold, calculated decision maker, the King of Swords. I also don't have the Ten of Pentacles out here yet. The final card in their intentions is the Two of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This represents a love connection between two people. This is I breathe you in, you breathe me in. We're connected, but it is a two, and in tarot, twos represent needing to make a choice. So a choice about this connection. They're intending to probably overcome this abandonment, this being kicked out, this being cast aside. It's looking to me like because you're present here with this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is not, and the being combined together is not, also the Three of Pentacles is not here working together as equals to build that Ten of Pentacles, They were kicked out. They were cast aside based on what they did. I'm almost positive you are the one that passed judgment on them. You broke up with them, and they're intending to get you back and get this connection back, because according to them, there still is a connection. At least they think there's a powerful connection. This Two of Cups is the minor arcana version of the Lovers. And again, being a 2, it can represent a choice between two people. It can just represent a choice in this connection. But it looks to me like they're intending to come back out of the cold and force a choice about this love connection on you. The problem is, directly above that Two of Cups is this Nine of Swords, fear, worry, and anxiety, being afraid to face the situation, thinking about it so much with all that fear behind the thoughts that they're stressing themselves out. And the reason for that is the heartbreak and sadness they caused you. So this looks like a very strong case of someone who has shit the bed and now they're being forced to sleep in the mess that they've made. Now, that's their intentions toward you for October 2022, Pisces. You know how people are, what they intend to do, what they actually end up doing and following through with, sometimes don't match up very well. So I'm also going to take a look at what this person's most likely actions are going to be toward you through October 2022. What are this person's most likely actions toward Pisces moving through October 2022, please? Let's get 2 more. Okay, let's get 1 more. What are this person's most likely actions toward Pisces? Okay, we're taking 2. That one's screaming at me. All right. On the bottom of the deck, underlying what they're most likely to do, King of Swords. Be very logical, very, very analytical about this. Be very conscious mind, cerebral thinking about this. Not accessing their emotions, not accessing their intuition, only looking at what's right in front of them is what they're most likely to do. They're likely to continue being this cold, emotionally detached decision maker. The World. Ending of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. I feel like your person wants that. There is definitely a cycle between the two of you now of where you're broken up and not together, and they're intending to get the person from the past, meaning you, back, come back in out of the cold, back into this connection with you. So they're looking to end that cycle of you being apart and start a new cycle of you being together again. The problem with that is that logically, they know that this is over with because you can see through their bullshit. They can't slide anything slick past you and get away with their bullshit anymore. You've already recognized them for who they are. Which is probably going to have an impact on what they actually do. It doesn't really appear like it does. It's like, yeah, I know common sense and logic is telling me that this is dead and over with, but I'm going to try one more time anyways. What this is looking like. They're waiting on something in order to try it. And I'm not sure exactly what that is, but in their most likely actions toward you for October, Pisces, we've got the Four of Wands, the Hermit, the Eight of Wands, and the Star. Four of Wands is Aries energy. We see the Three of Wands out here, them waiting on the thing they're trying to manifest to actually appear in the physical reality. The Four of Wands, is it actually appearing in the physical reality? This is a celebration card. These Four Wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This is supposed to be a celebration of the thing they're trying to manifest actually happening. This is a celebration of the home. At its core, fours are about stability. So this would be stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. That's what they're likely to act on. But then we've got the Hermit. This is Virgo's major arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal, isolation. It's like communication stopping, or at the very least being much slower, much less often, much shorter, being different than it used to be. This card is about being forced to go inside themselves, to do some soul searching, to do some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. after this breakup. They're waiting on something, probably waiting because of this painful situation they caused, but this is them being forced to go do that soul searching. No one voluntarily chooses to do the hermit. This is something happens that forces you. What normally happens is the 10 of Swords, like death, the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, any of those kind of cards can cause a person to get shoved into hermit mode. We got the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords here, and a breakup here, and a choice between two lovers apparently. Trying to get someone from the past back, having judgment passed on them where this is dead and over with. This is them doing soul searching about that, looking inside themselves, trying to figure out how to overcome this so it can move forward. Well, it's interesting, the thing in the Hermit's Lantern is the Star. The last card out here in their most likely actions is also the Star. So that's looking good. This is about shining that inner light down inside the shadows of themselves, having the courage to see what kind of crap is crawling around in the darkness in there, face it for what it is, expose that in the light of the Star, and hopefully being able to heal it. Next we have this 8 of Wands. We already saw that, Sagittarius energy, really fast forward movement, forward progress on something. Hopefully they're making progress on searching their soul and doing their inner shadow work that they need to be doing. But this is also an energy of being overwhelmed by all the energy that's coming at them. And looking straight up this column, they're overwhelmed by the choice in this love connection. They're probably overwhelmed by the connection itself and the fact that they don't have it anymore. Overwhelmed by all the thinking that they're doing and all the fear, worry, and anxiety behind that thinking, stressing them out. And it's still what they're thinking about is the heartbreak and sadness, the third energy. Final card in their most likely actions toward you in October, Pisces, is the Star. This is Aquarius major arcana energy. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's sometimes a card of wish fulfillment. This is also card 17 of the major arcana, the card that comes right before this in the sequence. Card 16 is the Tower. So you don't ever make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where everything very abruptly changes and it all comes crashing down all around your person. That has clearly happened at some point in the past. And even though I don't have the Tower out here, I know it's happened because the Star is here. I know it's happened because we've got Judgment here. We've got all this negative 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, all this BS that's happened. This is your person likely to maintain the hope that they can heal this connection with you. Likely to be doing some soul searching and getting overwhelmed with the amount of crap they're finding in there, and getting overwhelmed with the connection, and getting overwhelmed with, can we heal this or not? Because it doesn't really appear to be up to them. They're waiting on something, and the thing they're waiting on might be the thing that they view as the source of happiness in their life. It might be you that they're waiting on. Because if you're the one that passed the judgment to call this dead and over with, they can't really veto your decision and be like, no, it's not over with. I'm coming back and you're just going to be fine with it. It's going to be up to you. That's your person here for October 2022, Pisces. We looked at their feelings, their thoughts, their intentions, their actions. Now let's get you some advice on how you should best navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with this person. What should you do? What should you not do? Kind of how should you play this in a way so that things work out best for you? That way you know what to do moving forward from here. What's the advice for Pisces, please? How should Pisces navigate the situation with this person through October 2022, please? Let's get 3 cards for advice for Pisces, please. Let's get 2 more. What should Pisces do? How should they navigate this situation with this person? Let's get 1 more. Okay, we're taking an extra one. I didn't realize that one was upside down. I don't read reversals, so whenever one comes out upside down, I just flip it right side up without really much thought about that, unless Spirit screams at me and tells me not to do that, in which case I'll read it to you upside down. But that one did not tell me to leave it upside down. Okay, these go the other way. Thank you. Well, on the bottom of the deck, King of Cups. This is Pisces or Scorpio energy. This is pretty much the counterbalance to this King of Swords energy. This is very thought-based, like no emotions involved, just logic and reason and what's the truth and the facts. This is head over heart decision making. This is the opposite of that. This is someone who accesses their emotions when they decide things. They access their intuition when they decide things. Now, this can also represent that there's still love and emotions between the two of you, just not being outwardly expressed right now, because the King of Cups does not wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't publicly broadcast what his emotions are about things. He keeps that to himself. This is like an emotionally balanced person who makes decisions based on their feelings. This is heart over head decision making. And it looks like what your heart is telling you. If this is representing you, Pisces, this is your heart telling you something and you making a decision based on your emotions and your intuition. If this is representing your person, it's meaning that you still have love for them, even though that's not really being talked about. But the card right behind that, underlying your advice, is that Seven of Swords again. Aquarius energy, lying, cheating, stealing, deceptive behavior, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with. Again, it can represent self-preservation, like you not wanting to be hurt. It can represent you leaving something behind because you can't carry all the swords. It could even represent all three of those things at the same time. It could just be like, no matter what this person says or does, your emotions and your intuition clued you in on this deceptive behavior they were doing. Before, when I saw the Seven of Swords in their energy, what came right behind it was the High Priestess, she who knows. So that's underlying this. Do you still feel the effects of that lying and cheating and deceptive behavior? And it could be that your emotions and intuition clued you in on that. It could be your emotions are telling you you don't want to be hurt anymore emotionally. It's time to leave that behind. In the actual advice that came out for you, I got 4 cards for you. I got the Queen of Cups, Six of Swords, Justice, and the Hanged Man. We're starting off with the card that's representing you, Pisces. We're ending with the card that's representing you. Queen of Cups. This is usually Cancer energy, but whenever I read for Pisces, Pisces usually comes out for me as the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups, and we happen to have both of them right here in your advice. These can be counterparts. This can be like a power couple. This can be like 2 cards that are supposed to be together. Most of the time represents 2 people that are probably supposed to be together, or at least that's how you felt about it until your intuition clued you in on what was going on behind your back. I got the 10 of Pentacles here, and we were missing that. Remember when I was telling you about the Queen of Pentacles and being half of the equation that builds this, and we're missing the King of Pentacles and the actual 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of working together as equals to build that? Here it is in your energy, not theirs. This tells me that you guys were either married or living together or in a committed connection that was going that direction. You were in the process of combining your lives together when that sneaky deceptive crap happened, and right under that is the 10 of Swords. Wow. This is Gemini energy of a swift, painful ending to something. Like sometimes it's an ending you don't see coming, which is why the swords are in his back. He didn't see that coming, or they'd be in his front. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in the back, getting betrayed and stabbed in the back by someone close to you. No matter how you slice this, this is an ending to something. And it's very interesting to note here that the person on this card from this deck is the King of Swords in this deck, and he's got all 10 swords in his back. On the bottom of the deck here, in your person's energy, representing themselves, is that same King of Swords. This is telling me that this is over. The Ten of Pentacles, this concept of being together, having your lives combined together, is over. And it's over because they were doing sneaky, deceptive stuff. If this is the counterpart to you, they were the ones doing the sneaky, deceptive stuff, and everything is ended because of that. Now, it's possible you might still have an internal conflict about this, though. The Five of Wands is Leo energy. Fives are conflict. I've got the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles out here. This is a conflict in your desires. Like, in other words, a piece of you wants one thing, another piece of you wants pretty much the opposite of that. And you're playing this internal struggle with yourself in terms of what it is that you actually desire. A piece of you probably still has love and emotions for this person. A piece of you probably still wants to give love and emotions to this person. And then another piece of you cannot emotionally detach from the deceptive bullshit that happened when you guys were together, and the ending that they caused, all the betrayal and the heartbreak and sadness that they caused, and you having to force a judgment on them when there was clearly happiness at some level in this connection. And all of that was put to death. Scorpio's major arcana card. Something dying so that it can be reborn again in a new, better way. I think part of what your internal conflict here is part of you is ready for just this to be dead and over with. Ten of Swords here. You're ready for it to be dead and over with. And another piece of you is temperance. This is like blending things back together. This can be a reconciliation energy. In tarot, cups and water represent love and emotions. Well, here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, and she's blending it back together, recombining it. So I think you might have a little bit of an internal conflict about what to do here, because a piece of you is done and another piece of you might not be fully committed to being done, because you do still have love and emotions for this person. The Queen of Cups is the second most intuitive card in the deck, the most intuitive being the High Priestess that we've seen twice. This is saying trust your intuition, trust your feelings. Notice she has her hand over the top of her cup. That is a way to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. She doesn't want anything getting in her emotions and causing her any emotional pain, so she keeps it covered up to prevent that from happening. I think that's part of your advice. This person caused you pain. I think they're likely to continue doing that. I think they're likely to be searching their soul to figure out how to move forward from here with the intention of healing the love connection. I'm not necessarily convinced that they're trying to heal all the baggage that they have inside that would cause them to do this kind of behavior, though. Next in your advice, Pisces, Six of Swords, Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters. This is about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind you, moving away from some, like Six of Swords, the card before that, Five of Swords. This is about moving away from the Five Swords, moving away from the mentally, psychologically painful situation or event, leaving that behind, moving away from it and forward toward what it is you actually want. There is an implied choice with this card, though, and the choice is, look, this bad shit already happened. There's nothing you can do about that. Your choice is, are you going to carry forward with you the burdens that this bad stuff placed on you, or are you going to carry forward with you in moving forward the lessons that you learned from this painful situation or event? That's your choice. Are you going to carry forward the burden, which feels like this person, or are you going to carry forward the lessons you learned so that this type of crap doesn't ever happen to you again? Next in your advice is Justice. This is the Libra major arcana card. It's the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. This card is about cutting away something that's not in balance, so balance for you gets restored, and then what's supposed to happen for you can actually happen for you. What's supposed to happen, it looks like, is you're supposed to move forward and leave this person in the past, leave the burden in the past, learn a lesson from all the pain that they caused you. Don't carry the burden of that pain forward. Carry the lesson forward with you. Otherwise, you're going to be in the Hanged Man, which is Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement, things being stuck and stagnant, not going forward the way that you want them to. Now, the Hanged Man is also about like trying to look at things from a different perspective, trying to look at the situation from a different point of view than you normally would, and trying to figure out how to get unstuck so that you can move forward from here. This is about the focus. Like the Hanged Man and the Hermit are very similar energies. They're both about trying to figure out how to move forward from here. The difference is in where the focus is at. Here, with your person, the focus is directed internally at themselves. Like they're the reason things aren't moving forward, and they're looking at that piece of themselves, trying to figure out how to move forward and heal this connection with you. This is telling you that the problem is not you, Pisces. The problem is external to you. Your focus is external to you. This person is the thing that's out of balance. And if you don't cut the out of balance thing off, if you don't keep your cup covered up so that they can't get back into it, if you don't move forward, leaving them and the burden of them and the burden that they've placed on you through all this pain, leave that stuff in the past. If you don't balance that out, then you're going to end up getting stuck and probably repeating the cycle with them. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Pisces love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.